by Toyota of Cedar Park, Adele Golf, Thundercloud Subs, Austin's go-to team realty, Alzer's Barbecue, ASI Protection Services, and Academy Sports and Outdoors. And now, calling the shots for today's game, here's the voice of the Timberwolves, Brad Cole.
Good afternoon, everyone. Almost good evening. Welcome back to Cedar Park, Texas. This is Timberwolf Baseball tonight. The live worldwide broadcast of Cedar Park Baseball on the Vype Network. I'm the V of the T, Brad Cone. Les Clary is our QA today. You see the umpires meeting going on out there. This will be the fourth and final game of the LISD tournament. Also our final game of pre-district tournament action for 2022 as we slide into district competition next week. So far, the Timberwolves 2-1 in this tournament. Thursday, they beat Elgin 9-1 and McCallum 6-5. And earlier today, they fell to the number 7 ranked Lake Travis Cavaliers 6-4. Had a couple of chances to win that game in the final inning, but left the bases loaded and couldn't seal the deal. Record now 8-4, with 3 of those 4 losses coming to 3 teams ranked number 7, number 4, and number 2. In 3 of those 4 losses, Cedar Park put themselves in position to win those games late, but again couldn't seal the deal. This game, the 284th broadcast of Timberwolf Baseball on KMAX Sports or the Vype Live Network. Since we started this in 2008, we have won 178 of those. Timberwolves going for all-time win number 411 here in their 23rd season of varsity play, and it would be their 179th win on a live broadcast. No national anthem. We only do that on the first game of the day, as we did earlier today, playing Lake Travis. Weather today, sunny, 57, humidity 82%. Wind pretty much non-existent at the moment. Here are the starting lineups. First from McNeil in the top of the innings. They'll lead off with left fielder Ramsey Simpson. Then shortstop Ryan Vosek, batting third. Playing first, Jackson Collins, batting fourth. Center fielder Chris Windisman, batting fifth. Third baseman Caleb Crail, hitting sixth. Catcher Garrett Banks, batting seventh. Pitcher Brandon Morio, batting eighth. Right fielder James Morio, batting ninth. Second baseman Joseph Sandusky. So for your scorecard, Simpson, Vosek, Collins, Windisman, Crail, Banks, B. Morio, J. Morio, and Sandusky. For Cedar Park, in the bottom halves of the inning, they'll lead off with center fielder Brooks Dillman. Batting second, third baseman Ethan Becker. Batting third and on the mound, Julian Swift. Batting cleanup, the catcher Louis Alonzo. Batting fifth in right field, Cade Davis. Batting sixth, first baseman Jackson Harvey. Batting seventh, second baseman Ian Garcia. Hitting eighth in left field, Carter Wohl. And batting ninth, shortstop Quint Mullen. So for Cedar Park, Dillman, Becker, Swift, Alonzo, Davis, Harvey, Garcia, Wohl, Mullen. And here we go. About to get underway. A couple minutes early. That's good. First pitch from Julian Swift. Line drive goes to Jackson Harvey's glove to die. One pitch, one out. Let's keep that streak going. Here's McNeil shortstop Ryan Vosek with one out. Grounder through the middle into center field. So a one out single up the middle for Vosek. Hadn't even had a chance to update your scoreboard for the first part of the game, so here we go.
Now running first baseman number 24, Jackson Collins.
Bring up the Mavericks' first baseman, Jackson Collins. Ooh, nice pitch for a strike. 0-1 to Collins. We're thinking, what are the odds of both teams in this game playing a first baseman whose first name is Jackson? That one outside, first called ball thrown by Julian Swift in this game. Swift came on late in the Lake Travis game, unfortunately tagged for the loss, 2-2 when he came in. Lost it 4-2. That one misses, 2-1. McNeil, a solid program in the Austin area for a long time, but they were winless coming into this tournament. Fouls that one out of play, 2-2. I am not sure how they've done in the tournament. Do you know how they've done? No. Low and away, full count to Jackson Collins. In the district, we frustrated them a lot. We're in a 6A district with them for 8 years. The runner goes, a full count, and it's a ball. So Vasek pushed to second, Collins at first with one out.
Now batting center fielder number 18, Chris Windisman.
Here is their center fielder, Chris Windisman, hitting left. And in those 8 years, we finished one notch ahead of them in district play every single year. And I'm sure that had to frustrate them. Fouled in the plate area, 0-1 to Windisman. Got to be where their coach had a little 4-team semi-tournament each year before district played. And always invited us and 2 other teams, trying to get a beat on us before district started to figure out how to beat us in district play. That one's a strike, 0-2. Grounded foul, right side, still 0-2 to Chris Windisman. Louis Alonso behind the plate, catching for Swift. Infield defense behind Swift, third to first, Ethan Becker, Quint Mullen, Ian Garcia, Jackson Harvey. Another 0-2, misses and it gets away. Every runner will move up. Vasek goes to third, Collins to second, and it's 1-2 to Windisman. Outfield defense, left to right, Carter Wohl, Brooks Dillman, Cade Davis. Outside and low. 2-2 the count. Chop foul. Still 2-2. Pardon me. Had another one of those great burgers here. Oh my, that was my dinner for tonight. Comes a 2-2 with one out, runners at second and third. Just underway here in the top of the first. First guy lined out sharply, first pitch of the game to first, then a single up the middle and a walk. Pass ball, and both runners move to second and third, and that's where we are. Cue ball foul, left side. Windisman still at 2-2. Pitch number 8 to Chris Windisman coming up. Liner into right. 1 run scores. They'll get the ball in quickly. That runner will hold at third. 1-0 McNeil. Vasek scores from third. Jackson Collins moves to third. Chris Windisman, 8-pitch at-bat and an RBI single to right. Third baseman Caleb Crail steps in. Fifth batter of the game. We've only got one out. Giving up a run with a runner at third. Outside, 1-0. First guy not to start, 0-1 against Julian Swift. Runner goes from first, lifted, into right. Probably have a tag play deep enough for that. There's the catch for the out. Throw coming home. They cut it off. And they should have. He was going to get in there. So sacrifice F9 for Crail. And an RBI as Jackson Collins scores from third. Runner at first, Windisman stays put. It's 2-0 with 2 outs. Here's Garrett Banks, the catcher. There's a throw down, and it gets way into center field. Fortunately, good backup. Runner Windisman doesn't advance any farther than second, but a rare miscue on a throw by Louis Alonso to second. Usually those are dead men. Usually gets them by 2 or 3, and we've even seen 4 steps. Swing and a miss. I think the first pitch was a ball. I think we're at 1-1. 0-2? We'll take 0-2. Now 1-2. Two outs, 2 runs in. 2 hits and a walk in the inning. Foul back into the screen, still 1-2. The pitch, swung on and missed. A strikeout, the first of the game for Julian Swift, but they send 6. Couple of hits and a walk, couple of runs, lead 2-0. Cedar Park coming to bat in the bottom of the first when we come back. Fair number of pitches that were well off the plate during that warm-up. We'll see what happens. Dillman steps in. Dillman came into the day, 12 official at-bats, 4 hits, 3 singles, 1 triple, an RBI, scored 9 runs. He pinch runs for folks a lot. Been hit twice, walked twice, has not struck out, hitting .333 coming into the day. Curveball. Guess that went low. 1-0 to Dillman. That one called strike, even though it was about 12 inches outside the play. So the strike was a ball, and the ball was a strike, and we're at 1-1 right where we should be. That one's in the dirt, so it might be a strike. No, ball 2. Cue ball foul left side. 2-2 to Dillman. Becker on deck. Swift in the hole. Cedar Park needs to answer right away here. Or do they? Down 2-0. A couple days ago, and then went down 4-0 the second. Still 6-5. This one's lifted, shallow left field. On he comes, back goes a shortstop, and he makes the running catch. Headed into outfield. One down for Ethan Becker, Timberwolves third baseman.
Number 5, third baseman Ethan Becker.
Swift on deck, Alonso in the hole. Swing and a miss, golfed at one that was in the dirt. 0-1 to Becker. It's a quiet crowd this morning for two good teams and good, well-attended programs playing each other. Kind of quiet here now, McNeil and Cedar Park. That's a called strike, too. This one, taken to right center field. Right fielder over to his right to get it. Makes the catch, 2 down.
Now batting for the Timberwolves, the pitcher number 24.
Here's the pitcher, Julian Swift. Swift into the day, 32 at-bats, 14 hits, 9 singles, 3 triples, and 2 homers. Called strike 1. Swift has 14 RBIs, has scored 13 runs, both lead the team, been hit 3 times, walked twice, struck out once, and this one a single into right field. Julian hitting .438 coming into the day.
Now batting
first hit of the game for Cedar Park. Alonso to the plate. We started out on the mound through several innings and then ended the game behind the plate this morning. Now behind the plate. Said 14 singles this year, and that leads the team by kind of a margin. Only walked once and struck out once, hitting .500 coming into the day. Okay. Ball 1. Two down, runner at first is Swift with a 2-out single. Lifted foul left side. Are they running for Swift? That's not Swift running. 1-1 the count. They have run for Swift. Not sure. I can't tell who that is yet. Mr. Wohl says he thinks that's Houston Molinaro. Pretty good choice. Got great speed. That one down. 2-1. Inside or low. 3-1 to Louie. Cade Davis on deck. Jackson Harvey in the hole. Again, more than this morning when it was 38 degrees when we started. If you're in Cedar Park right now watching this, come on out to the ballpark. It's beautiful. Not cold at all. Very little wind. A couple of good teams playing. Full count now to Louie. He fouls that one up the left side. And lots of good food at the concession stand. They're making a lot of money today. These other teams coming in. A couple of hungry baseball teams fed the whole team from our concession stand and paid for it. Money into our coffers. I have 3-2. He didn't seem to correct it. Runner goes, doesn't matter, ball 4. So Swift runner Molinaro is at second. And Molinaro is a Swift runner, by the way.
Now batting right fielder number 1.
Alonso works the full count walk, and he is at first with 2 outs for right fielder Cade Davis. Davis coming in today, 36 plate appearances, 34 at-bats, 14 hits, 11 singles, second on the team to Alonso. Pair of doubles, 9 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, hitting .412. Cade Davis. Called strike. He was a little confused on what arm motion he wanted to make, the umpire there. 0-1. That one in the dirt, 1-1. Harvey on deck, Garcia in the hole, but there are 2 outs. Tying run at first. Also in the dirt, 2-1. That toss back to the mound gets through the pitcher, but not even probably halfway to second, so nobody can move. Davis waits his 2-1. Long look at second. Ooh, it's a nice pitch, 2-2. That's one out of swing at. Fouled that one to the right side, still 2-2. Here comes pitch number 6 to Davis. This one on the ground, past the first baseman, up the line and right. 1 run will score. The other run headed for third right now. Davis headed for second. They're sending him home from third. The throw goes to second and gets away. He'll make third easily enough, and they'll keep him there. 2 RBI double to right for Cade Davis. Swift scores from second. Molinaro running for Swift, and Molinaro scores from first, and we are tied. Davis ends up at third after the throw went awry. All this done with 2 outs.
Now batting for the Timberwolves, number 26, first
Jackson Harvey, the first baseman. Harvey into the game with 29 at-bats. This one on the ground towards first. He'll gather it and beat Harvey to the bag, but not before Cedar Park ties the game. First 2 guys out. And then a single, a walk, and a double and an RBI. Tied 2-2 through 1. We'll be back. Brandon Morio. When we come back, 7, 8, 9 due for us. Both teams sent 6 to the plate in the first and scored 2 runs. This one's a liner into center, and it's going to fall in for a single. That is their third hit. We also had 2 hits in the first inning. Both teams kind of mirrored each other.
James Mario.
2 Morios in a row, the Morio brothers.
courtesy runner number 22, Ryan Shook.
Ryan Shook will run for the pitcher Brandon at first. So no outs. Shook at first for Brandon Morio. James Morio to the plate. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and they'll throw behind him. Do they have time to get him at second? No. He had a nice, good jump. Louis threw behind him at first. Harvey couldn't get it to second in time. I think that was a strike. 0-1. Misses. 1-1. Grounded foul right side. 1-2. I'm sure they've heard the line in school almost every day of their lives about the Morio brothers. Oh, wow. Called strike. James Morio down looking. One away, bottom of the order with second baseman Joseph Sandusky. One out. Brandon Morio's runner Shook at first, or at second rather. That one misses low and away. 1-0 to Sandusky. Little outside. 2-0. High 3-0. Sandusky, another diminutive player. I've noticed this year a lot of our opponents have a lot of smallish players on their rosters. Been noticing that in football for a long time, players getting smaller. I'm not sure what's happening to our demographic physically. Called strike. 3-1. High and in for a walk. Second walk issued by Julian Swift. Runners at first and second with one out. Top of the order with Ramsey Simpson, the left fielder. He's the guy who took the first pitch of the game, hit it hard right in the glove of Jackson Harvey at first. And Mike Cockrell coming out to talk to Swift and Alonso. Now stay tuned, don't take a bathroom break between innings here. I'm not going to do my standard go away while you listen to the music thing between innings. I got something to tell you about. I got a little chart that it's a Cedar Park baseball full coaches comparison. Every coach we ever had, their records overall in district, in the playoffs, and so on. And winning percentages and all that. Win and loss totals, and kind of show you how the four coaches have done relative to each other in this program's history. And here's Simpson waiting his first pitch. This one grounded foul right side, 0-1. 6 of the 9 batters in the first trip through their order have started 0-1 against Julian Swift, but 3 of those 6 got hits. Kind of blowing the logic away on that stat. Going to third, he's got him easily. In fact, he's going to try to go back. He's out by 6 steps. Louis he's just an assassin behind the plate for base runners. If I'm a scout in Cedar Park, I think I never run. 0-2 the count, meanwhile, to Simpson with 2 down. make that 3 down. We'll be back in just a second. Oh, wait, that's right. Let me log this in. I got to get Louis' throw out on the 2-5 at third, and I got to get that standing strike out there at the top of the order. And I want to go through this chart with you. It's pretty interesting stuff. Give you a copy there. Might look at that when you get a chance. Here, all of our coaches. Gilbert Prather, the leadoff coach, coached the first 7 seasons. He got 3 district titles, went 120 and 107 for a 52, almost 53% winning percentage. In district, 53 and 38.582 winning percentage. In the playoffs, 13 and 10, 565 winning percentage. So he averaged 17 wins overall, 7.5 district wins, almost 2, not quite 2 playoff wins a year. Average losses about 15.3. Connie Cochran came on for 9 seasons. Won 2 district titles, won 168 and 134, 556. Won 71 and 51 in district for 582, 20 and 14 in the playoffs at 588. Chris Garvilic, only 4 seasons, didn't win any district titles, went 77 and 53, 41 and 17 in district though. No district titles, and he had far and away the best district winning percentage. The districts were very strong those 4 years. Went just 7 and 10 in the playoffs. Our only coach with a losing playoff record. Then Coach Williams, he's kind of hard to chop. He's only had 1 full season. Parts of his first season.
Number 2, second baseman, Ian.
Part so far of his 3rd season. So he's 44 and 20 overall, 12 and 3 in district, 1 district title. His only full season was a title, 4 and 1 in the playoffs. So there's a comparison for your coaches. Lanny Williams has the highest winning percentages in every category: total, non-district, district, and playoffs. So we're at 7, 8, 9 now in the bottom of the second. Ian Garcia playing second today. Fouls the first one off. 0-1 to Ian. Shows bunt, pulls it back. The pitch goes to the screen, 1-1, or to the limestone wall. Carter Wool on deck. Shortstop Quint Mullen in the hole. And then we're back to the top of the order with Dillman. Line drive over the second baseman's head in the right. That is where I loved to hit the ball when I was in high school. Probably 3 of every 4 of the hits I got were just like
Now
that one.
left fielder number 7, Carter Wool.
Garcia aboard at first. The leadoff single. 3rd hit of the game for Cedar Park. Interesting. The 2 teams' first innings are almost exact duplicates of each other. So far, the second is as well. Their leadoff hitter had a single. Here's Carter Wool, left fielder, with no outs and 1 guy on. Line foul, right side, 0-1. Because I was going through that chart for you, I didn't update the scoreboard. Date a bit with innings and outs, but done that now, you're caught up. 0-1 to Carter Wool. Throw to first. Not really much of a lead by Garcia there. He's back in easily. Their first throw over. A decent lead against the lefty who can look right at you. Bounder to second. Backhands it, flips it to short for 1, and across to second, not in time. So Wool with good legs earns himself a base on the fielder's choice. Garcia is out on the 4-6, the bag at 2. So 1 down for the 9-hole hitter today, shortstop Quint Mullen. Mullen into the game, or into the day, hitting 182. I think he did have a hit in that first game, so closer to 200 now. Through the catcher to the screen. Carter Wool goes to second base. Count 1-0 to Mullen. 1 out. Go ahead run in scoring position now. Wool at second. That one low and in 2-0 to Mullen, and continuing to mirror each other. Their first batter of this inning singled and was thrown out on the bases. So was ours. This is interesting. This one a liner right back into center. Whoa, headed for third. Will they send him home? Yes, they will. Here comes the throw. It's cut off, and they'll go to second. Wall scores. Do they get him? I think they do at second base. So Wall scores from second, an RBI single by Mullen, but he's thrown out trying to stretch that into a double. That would be a 8-1-6 as they throw back to get him. 2 down. Brooks Dillman, leadoff hitter, to the plate. Three to 2 Timberwolves. Dillman into the game hitting .333, popped out to deep short, kind of behind third almost. Bunts it towards third. Oh, just rolls foul, man. By the time it rolled foul, he only had about 3 steps to go to the base. That was a good bunt if it could have been about 8 inches farther to the right. But as it is, 0-1. Becker on deck, Swift in the hole. So the images do not mirror each other anymore. Their second guy struck out. Ours was on with a fielder's choice and just scored. The lefty Brandon Morio delivers to the plate, low and away. 1-1 to Brooks Dillman. Dillman pretty fast already, and he's got that one-step head start to first, batting as a lefty. I didn't have any sons. That's called strike 1 and 2. So I coach my daughters in fast-pitch softball. Man, I try to teach every kid on the team to bat left-handed. In softball, even more than in baseball, you'd be surprised how many people are out by half a step on ground balls at first base. If you bat from the other side, you're safe by that half a step. That one misses 2-2 now to Dillman. Swing and a miss, and he is down. And so are the Timberwolves, but not before. A single, 2 singles, and a fielder's choice untied the game. Balls. Our pitcher's thrown 36 pitches, 23 strikes, 13 balls. What is going on here? That is really kind of weird. Top of the third now, 2-3-4 due for McNeil. Leading off, shortstop Ryan Vasek singled up the middle last time and ended up scoring. First one's a strike. Second one misses a little outside, maybe low. 1-1 to Ryan Vasek. Swift working pretty quickly. That one misses 2-1. Called strike. He kind of delayed his call on that one. I thought he was going to call that one low and away. Strikeout here would be nice. Swift has struck out 3 of the last 5 batters. into the screen, still 2-2. Excuse me, he's struck out 4 of the last 6 batters. That one's swinging. The previous 2 were looking.
Now batting first baseman number 24, Jackson Collins.
Here's Collins. First baseman walked and scored their other run. 1 down now. Nobody on here in the top of the third for McNeil, who now trails Cedar Park 3-2. High and out, 1-0. This one's lifted. Deep short. Well, shallow short. Now it comes in pretty much right where the shortstop normally stands. Quint Mullen with a catch. 2 down.
Now batting center fielder number 18, Chris Windisman.
Center fielder Chris Windisman to the plate for the McNeil Mavericks. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the third, trailing Cedar Park by a run. This one's lifted. Might end up foul. Third baseman chasing it and making the catch. Ethan Becker with the play. Good, quick, 3 up, 3 down inning. We'll be back in a second. Go through with you between innings. It'll take more than one between innings break. We're just kind of spread that out over several of them here as the game goes on. I've got the full record of Cedar Park baseball starting at the beginning. And just to tell you, especially you new fans, kind of let you know the history of the program that you've joined. And those of you who have been here a while may not know some of these things. So we'll go over that couple of years at a time in between innings as we proceed through the game.
With the third baseman number 5, Ethan Becker.
Only 9 pitches by Swift in that inning. 6 strikes, 3 balls. Strikeout, 2 pop-outs, one of them foul, one to shortstop, the foul one to third. So bottom of the third now, 2-3-4 due for Cedar Park. Here's third baseman Ethan Becker, flied out to right last time up. This one's a line drive into right for a single. Good hitting by Becker. Leadoff hitter aboard with a single to right for the second consecutive inning.
Next batter for the Timberwolves.
Hit number 5 of the game for Cedar Park. Here's Julian Swift into the game hitting .438. Better than that now. Singled to right, and his runner Molinaro scored a run. No outs. Becker at first. Becker tried his hand between games because I was up here doing a couple things. I forget a couple people doing the scoreboard. Becker was on the mic for McCallum and whoever they were playing at the time. Runner goes, catcher drop it, and he throws it. Almost goes into center field. Stolen base for Becker. Count 2-0. Ethan did a good job. Maybe it's something he'll do later in life. To Swift. Check swing, what they're either going to say he did or it was just good enough for a strike anyway. 2-1. All right, ground ball is short over in time to retire Swift at first, but Becker moves to third.
Now batting catcher number 19, Louis Alonso.
Louis Alonso, the catcher, to the plate. Into the game hitting, or into the day hitting 500. Walked and scored first time up. Foul. Out of play. 0-1. One out. Becker at third now, trying to expand a Cedar Park one-run lead. Sun low off to the right in foul territory. Not too far away from setting. Long shadows right now, and right in my right eye. Grounded foul, pulled it up the left field line. 0-2 to Louis. This one back through the middle on the ground into center for an RBI single up the middle for Louis Alonso as Becker scores from third and makes it 4-2 Cedar Park. And one out.
Now batting number 1, Cade.
For Cade Davis. Sixth hit of the game for the Timberwolves. Coach Williams out to talk to the base umpire. He may be running for Alonso. Either that, he's pointing out at the umpire that, you know, between innings, our hamburgers are real good. If you go over to the concession stand. Did they put a runner out there? I think they did. Try to see if we can find his number for you. Who does that look like? Is it going to be Molinaro again? Might be Augie. This one's a liner to right. Over and up. Can't get it. It drops in front of him. We think it's Augie. Going to second. Davis with a single to right.
Now batting first baseman number 26, Jackson Harvey.
Hit number 7 on the day for Cedar Park. Third in the inning. Jackson Harvey to the plate. First baseman, 29 official at-bats, 8 hits, 5 singles. A double, a triple, and a homer. 7 RBI, scored 5 runs, hitting .276 coming into the day. That one in the dirt, 1-0. Ian Garcia is on deck. There go the runners. Fouled into the net, 1-1. Boy, the wind is still. That flag is just, it might be on a flagpole inside an airplane hangar. Just straight down the pole. The pitch outside. Decent lead at second by, we believe that's Augie Garcia. The pitch, swung and a miss. 2-2. One out, one in, 3 singles in the inning so far. Up by 2 now, 4-2, bottom of the third. Fans still sitting on their hands, I guess, to keep them warm. Swing and a miss, and he swung at ball 3. So Harvey is down on the strikeout.
Now batting second baseman.
Only the second of the game
Garcia.
for Brandon Morio. There are 2 down for second baseman Ian Garcia, hitting in the 7 spot. First pitch takes to left field. It's pretty deep, but not deep enough. Left fielder chases it down, and it dies in his glove. Ramsey Simpson with the play on the F7. But Cedar Park, 3 hits and a run in the inning, now leads 4-2. We'll be back. in district, got third in 17-4A, which is like 5A now. Lost in by-district to McCallum 2-1. The district was Lake Travis, Marble Falls, Belton, Harker Heights, and Shoemaker. We'll continue on with more information between the next half inning. We were at 5, 6, and 7 in the Mavericks with our third baseman Caleb Crail to the plate. An RBI sacrifice fly to right. First time up. Nobody on this time. First pitch was the ball. That one's fouled out of play right side. 1-1. Also fouled to the right side. 1-2. Might do some of this between pitches too, because we've got too much to do just 1 year at a time between innings. This one is lifted to right. Cade Davis tracks it down, and it dies there. One away for their catcher, Garrett Banks.
The Mavericks catcher, number 2, Garrett Banks.
Next year, 2001, went 25-15 with a higher win counts in a season in Cedar Park history. This one misses low and inside the Banks, 1-0 with 1 out, nobody on. Went 10-0 in district, our first district title. Won 5 series before losing to Carthage and Philip Umber in the state semifinals at Disch-Falk Field. Umber, just a couple years later, was a winning pitcher for Rice when they won the national championship in Omaha. This one's popped up. Louis tracking it, throws the glove. Oh, no, he's called off. Oh, and the pitcher misses it. Louis had it. Julian should have let him have it there. Julian came off the mound, called him away, and couldn't corral it. I think Louis had a beat on it. The district that year in 2001, we went all the way to state. Belton, Harker Heights, Marble Falls, Shoemaker, and Lampasas. 2-1 now, the count to Garrett Banks. Kick and the throw is high, 3-1. The next year, 2002, well, going into that season, for the first 2 games, swing and a miss, 3-2. For the first 2 games of 2002, Cedar Park, in only its 3rd varsity season, and at the beginning of that 3rd varsity season, for the only time in our baseball history, was ranked number 1 in the state. Swung on and lifted, foul right side. Louis chasing this one, can't get to it, it's out of play. Still a full count to Garrett Banks with 1 out, nobody on. But they lost the first 2 games of that season and fell from number 1, and we've never been there again. They did go 9-2 in district that year for first place, the 2nd year in a row. Lost to Nederland, though, 2-0 in by-district. Nederland went all the way to state tournament. Same district makeup in 17-4A back then, which was like 5A now. Another full count pitch, 7th pitch of the at-bat to catcher Garrett Banks from Julian Swift. Swung on and grounded, third base, backhand play. And across the diamond in the dirt, does he scoop? No, he can't scoop it. Going to be a throw in error on the third baseman. Banks lives on the E5. Brandon Morio, the pitcher, to the plate.
Now batting the pitcher, number 14, Brandon Mario.
Singled up the middle his only other time up. 1 out, 1 on for Brandon Morio. We'll have a runner, Alex Briseño, for for Banks, the catcher. First pitch to Brandon Morio. Called strike 1. One of the reasons that 2003 team or 2 team was ranked number 1 in the preseason poll is they were so good the year before, all the way to state tournament, and nearly every one of those guys came back. Were underclassmen that year. Here comes the 1-1. And this one is a blooper that lands in the dirt behind first base, but makes its way into right field for a little easy single. Morio is aboard and pushes Banks
Now batting right
to second with 1 out.
James Mario.
Only the 3rd hit of the game. The 4th hit of the game, excuse me. James Morio, right fielder, struck out looking last time. To right or left field. Nice job by Carter Wall, tracking it down near the foul line, making the catch. 2 down.
Now batting second baseman number 7, Joseph Sandusky.
Runners all retreat. Banks at second. Brandon Morio at first. 9-hitter, second baseman Joseph Sandusky to the plate. He walked and was stranded at first when the second inning ended. Ooh, nice one. 0-1. Second time through the order, 5 of the 9 have started out 0-1. Foul back to screen, 0-2. Now a strike away from getting out of this one. Keep it here and do another couple of seasons on the Timberwolf History Tour. Climb our way up to the present day. Here's the 0-2. Grounded foul, left side, 1-2. Misses 2-2. Pitching comparisons coming into this 4th inning were pretty even. 45 pitches thrown by Swift, 51 by their man Morio. Fouled right side. Still 2-2. The next year, 2003, Cedar Park had a rare losing season at 12-18. Those seniors from 2002 were gone in 3. Went just 7-7 in district. Tied for 3rd. Back then, only the top 3 teams went into the playoffs, and they lost a tiebreaker with Westwood, and so did something no Cedar Park team had ever done.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth, left fielder number 7, Carter Wool.
Sun is touching the virtual horizon. It's the trees, a little higher than the horizon over there, but we're now all in shadow in the field. And in the press box, it seems to have dropped 8 or 9 degrees. Left fielder Carter Wool, all with the fielder's choice, and scored first time up. Back into the screen. 0-1 to Carter. That ball misses, 1-1. Mullen on deck, Dillman in the hole. Let's send 9. Lights are on here. Not doing much good yet. At least there aren't the long shadows and glancing sunlight. Back to the mound on a 1-hopper. Brandon Morio to Jackson Collins for the out at first on the 1-3. 1 down for the shortstop, Quint Mullen.
Now batting shortstop number 15, Quint Mullen.
Quint into the game hitting 182, but better than that now. Single up the middle of an RBI. Was forced out, or tagged out at second, trying to stretch that into a double. Off the third baseman's chest, but he gathers it in time and over for the out. Nice play by Caleb Crail to Jackson Collins. 2 outs.
Now batting center fielder number 11, Brooks Dillman.
Top of the order with the center fielder Dillman. He's batting .333 coming into the day. 0 for 2 today, popped out to short and struck out swinging. Tapper towards the first baseman. First baseman, or pitcher happens to cover, falls down but keeps his foot on the bag. A quick 5-pitch inning. Cedar Park unable to add to their 4-2 lead. Let me change the data bits for you, and we'll get back to the Cedar Park baseball history lesson. I'm going to go to the top of the 5th now. So 2007, the Connie Cochran era begins, runs for 9 years. First season, not so good. 14-15, Leamington's under a new coach. Didn't have a lot of guys back that year, just went 3-9, 6th place in 16-5A. Didn't make the playoffs. 2008, one of our best seasons ever. For many years, held the record for the most wins in a season. Still holds the record for most games played in a season, 44. Went 27-17, 10-5 for second place in district, 16-5A. Beat A&M Consolidated in the first round, 2-1. Beat Tomball in the second, 2-1. Beat Bryan in the third, 2-1. Lost to the number 2 ranked team in the United States of America, Plano West, 1-2. Plano West went on to the state tournament and won it with a 34-1 record, and we were the one. They were the number 1 ranked team in the nation at the end of it. So we have wins in this program's history over the number 1 ranked team in the nation, Round Rock, in 2003, and the number 2 ranked team in the nation, Plano West, in 2008. So we go to the top of the 5th now. Still up 4-2. We're at the top of the order for them with left fielder Ramsey Simpson. Nice way to sneak that one on the outside edge. 0-1 to Simpson. So turn on our little... figure out how to turn that thing. Oh, it's down there. This one's going to center field. On making the catch, Brooks Dillman, 1 down. L8 on that one. Thanks.
Now batting shortstop number 9, Ryan Vosek.
So 1 away for Ryan Vosek, their shortstop. Singled up the middle and scored in the first. Struck out swinging at a 2-2 pitch in the third. Outside with that fastball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Swift, high and out, 2-0. Those yours? Both of them. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 2 and 1 to Vype. Inside. 3-1 now. The Maverick shortstop. One out, nobody on here, top of the fifth. Ooh, what a pitch. Full count now to Vype. High and out, a walk with one out. Vype at first. Second time he's been on in this game.
Now batting first baseman number 24, Jackson Collins.
Jackson Collins, the first baseman, to the plate. Third at bat, walked and scored the first time. Popped out to the shortstop, Quint Mullen, the second. Called strike 1. Suddenly getting late in this game. We're already in the 5th inning. This one is lifted in the infield. Second baseman Garcia chasing it almost to the mound and makes the catch about 15 feet behind the mound.
Now batting center fielder number 18, Chris Windisman.
2 down for center fielder Chris Windisman. Getting close to that time of day where, as an old player myself, as a fielder, I would rather be batting in twilight than fielding. I seem to have more trouble trying to find the ball as a fielder than as a hitter in the twilight. That goes away once it's all a black sky and the lights are lighting everything up. 1-1 to Windisman. Outside, 2-1. This one's lifted to deep short. Mullen over the edge of the grass and makes the catch to retire the side, so a one-out walk is wasted. Stranded at first. A couple of infield pop-ups in the inning. Made the defense that time easy for Cedar Park. Update the date a bit for you. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th here in just a minute. Take a look at the Cedar Park history chart again. We're at 2009, third year for head coach Connie Cochran. Went 13 and 15 overall, 7 and 7 for 5th in 16-5A. Didn't make the playoffs again. 2010, 17 and 18, but 8 and 5 in district, good for 3rd. And that's the first year they took 4 teams. But we fell one game to 2 to Cypress Fairbanks and by district, and that was a sad one because we won the first game. We're up by 7 in game 2 and gave up 8 runs in the bottom of the 7th to those guys. And because we fell apart there, we fell apart psychologically in game 3 and lost the series. The thing is, Cypress Fairbanks was the defending state champ. We had a 2-0 sweep of the defending state champs in our back pocket.
Third baseman number 5, Ethan.
With 1 inning, 3 outs to go, and we let it fade away. That was one of the more frustrating events ever in my time with Cedar Park baseball. Here we go now to the bottom of the 5th. 2-3-4 due up for Cedar Park. That's Becker, Swift, and Alonzo. Here's Becker, third baseman. Ethan into the game hitting .462. That one stays high. 1 for 2 in this game, so .462 is getting better. Fly out to right, single to right, stole the base and scored. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Oh my goodness, that was a game we broadcast from Houston. Thought we had that one in the bag. Well, we did. We just let it out of the bag. That one's low, 2-1. Swift on deck, Alonzo in the hole for Cedar Park. The pitch, Fastball called strike 2, 2-2.
Go Becker.
Tapper back over the pitcher's head. Bounding ball goes over second into center field. Another leadoff single for Cedar Park, the third of the game. Did it in the second, the third, now the fifth.
24, Julian Swift.
Eighth hit of the game for the Timberwolves. Swift to the plate. Into the day hitting .438, 1 for 2 in this game. A single. His runner scored. Then a ground out to short. First one misses Swift, so 1-0. No outs, Becker at first. Outside with that fastball, 2-0. And they throw down, and Swift makes it safely. That was a delayed steal. I had already looked down to mark it because I didn't see anybody going. Here's a 2-0 with Swift at second now. This one's taken into center field too. They send Swift probably. There he goes. And it's another runner for Swift. I should have noticed that. Oh, I'm just calling all the names wrong. Swift with the hit. It's Becker who had the stolen base and scored just then from second to make the lead 5-2. Swift with another RBI. He's piled them on. Hard hit single up the middle. Second hit of the inning and ninth hit of the game for Louis Alonso. Into the game hitting .500. Walked and scored. Then an RBI single up the middle. His runner was stranded at second when the third inning ended. Outside 1-0 to Louis. Score now 5-2 Timberwolves. Still no outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Check swing, throw down, plenty of time. Does he get the tag on him? Yes, he does. Swift is down, caught stealing, 2-6. Pitch was a ball to Alonso, 2-0. No, one down now with nobody on. Fastball for a strike, 2-1. Cade Davis on deck, Harvey in the hole. One out, one in here in the bottom of the fifth. Nobody on board. That one's in the dirt, 3-1. And does that hit him? No, it doesn't matter. Either it hit him or it was ball 4. So he's aboard no matter what. I think it was just a ball 4.
Now batting right fielder number 1, Cade Davis.
Cade Davis, right fielder to the plate. Into the day hitting .412. RBI double in the first, was stranded at third. And a single in the third, was stranded at first. So he is 2 for 2. Outside, blocked by Garrett Banks. 1-0. Alonso at first. Did they run for him? It was Augie Garcia last time, probably him this time. He can take off. Gets away from the catcher, and Augie has second easily. Two and 0 the count to Cade Davis. Hot hitter today. Line drive over the second baseman's head, scores another run. 3-0 as that one stays in the dirt and outside. All three pitches hit the ground before they hit the catcher's glove in this at-bat. And so did ball 4. So 2 singles and 2 walks. There is an out and a run in here in the bottom of the 5th. They've gotten no one out at the plate. Jackson Harvey, the first baseman, is scheduled, but they're going to change hitters. This is Caleb Rhodes who's grabbed a bat.
Now batting for the Timberwolves, number 12, Caleb Rhodes.
One out. Alonzo's runner, Augie Garcia, at second. Cade Davis at first.
Caleb.
Caleb Rhodes. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Rhodes looking for his first hit on the season. Yeah, it sounded like it hit the catcher's mitt. Maybe that was the ball. 0-2.
Go, Caleb. Go 1-2.
Caleb's got some playing time, but mainly running.
When he hit the back of his glove.
Rhodes with a little bit of assistance. Is he putting a jam finger back in place? Interesting. My old eyes can't see if that finger he's holding up is crooked. Oh, I think it is. Goodness. I don't know if I asked a player on the other team to do that to me. Just break your finger. Stephanie Austin, training for Cedar Park, come out and take a look at it. Hammer it back into position. It's their catcher, Garrett Banks. Played well behind the plate. Not much has gotten by him. And ask Rhodes about that. It sure looked crooked when he held it up here for a little bit. We could kind of see. While we're doing that, we'll get back to the history lesson. 2011 comes along. It's a good season. 26-11, the second most wins ever at that point, and the fewest losses ever. 9-3 in district, good for second. Georgetown won district every one of these years, except for one. And we beat Crockett 2-0 in the first round of the playoffs. Lost to Bernie Champion 2-1 in the second. 2012, 22-12, another good year, another 20-win season. 10-2 in district, good for another district championship. We're in 25-4A by then. We beat Leander 2-0, lost to Bernie Champion again 2-1. Both of those series we won the middle game, lost the first and third games against Champion in 11 and in 12. In 2013, probably our worst season ever. 9-23, only 5-13 in district, good only for 7th place, no playoffs, and that was a really weird season because that was a year they experimented with 3 district games each, 3 games a week, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and you played each team 3 times, home, or away, home, away, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, same team each week. We thought that was going to be good for us because guess what we had? The 2 best pitchers in the district. We absolutely blew away the adage that pitching is everything in baseball. The 2 best pitchers in the district by every statistical measure were our 2 guys, one of whom would go on to pitch for Vanderbilt in the College World Series and get a win. And we finished in last place because we could not hit the ball to save our mother's soul. Those guys had a lot of 1 and 2 hitters where they gave up 1 and 2 runs, and we'd lose those games anyway. Very frustrating year, especially since we won a district title the year before. Then 2014, a lot of guys came back, and we went 21-13 overall, 9-3 in district, and won first place again. Beat Leander 2-0 in the playoff, lost to Schertz Clemens 1-2. Had a 1-0 lead in that series. But that completed a really weird thing you never see hardly in any sport. You've heard of last to first, or worst to first, or first to worst. We stretched that to 3 years. We went from first to worst to first in 3 successive seasons. First place to last place and back to first place again. The next year was Cochran's last. 2015 went 19-10, 10-4, good for second in district. Beat Cedar Creek 2-0 and by district, lost to Bernie Champion 1-2. That was the year that Chris Paddock mowed everybody down he faced. He went like 11-0 with 4 no-hitters that year and was drafted by San Diego after that. So a new pitcher coming on now for Bernie Champion. Bernie Champion has been talking about them, and they're wearing their colors, so I called them Bernie Champion. A lefty. I didn't catch a number. Did you catch a number?
You got Caleb?
There it is. 15. Oh, I thought it was a different pitcher. Same guy. New catcher. There's no telling, and my roster doesn't list them by position. So that guy, Garrett Banks, is going to go get some maintenance done on an appendage. So after a big break, Caleb Rhodes steps back in with his 0-2 count. Lined into the net behind us. Still 0-2. Ian Garcia is on deck. There's only one out with Alonzo at second, Davis at first. Becker led off with a single, stole the base and scored. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lifted. High right side foul territory. Chasing at the first baseman. Can't get it up against the net. Still 0-2. Here comes pitch number 5 to Caleb Rhodes. Man, I'm getting cool enough to find my jacket. Comes the third 0-2 pitch to Caleb Rhodes. They're going to turn and throw it second, and he goes into center field, but too late to get up and do anything about it. He had to dive back into the bag, even though the backup wasn't that good in center. Sorry for all that noise around the mic. I'm trying to put my jacket on. Caleb Rhodes still awaits his third 0-2 pitch. He's going to be a fourth. This will be pitch number 6, and the count's only 0-2. Royal running up his strikes thrown count here. Swing and a miss at ball 1. Way outside, 2 down. Second baseman Ian Garcia to the plate.
Now backing second baseman Ian Garcia.
Go Ian.
Swing and a miss on that off-speed pitch. 0-1 to Garcia. It's Alonzo's runner, Augie Garcia, at second. Cade Davis at first.
Let the ball hit the bat.
Now the lights are taking effect. Still not a dark sky, a little salmon pink in the west on the edge. The pitch gets through the catcher. Both runners will advance. Augie Garcia to third, Cade Davis to second. 1-1 the count to Ian Garcia. 2 outs. Now we have a scorer at third, 90 feet away. Let's not leave him there. Up 5-2. Need to make it 6-2 to feel a little better about this. Caleb back to the screen. Second game this tournament with a 1-2 count on Garcia now. Cedar Park's gone down 2-0 after an inning and come back to take a multi-run lead. They won the first time. See if they can do it here. Pitch, swing and a miss. Foul tip. Catcher's going to throw it to first to throw it around. So I was wrong saying a swing and a miss. He did get something to stay alive. 1-2.
Find a way. Go, Bruce. Ball flat.
Pitch. Lifted. Foul. Right side out of play. Still 1-2. This will be the 12th pitch that Brandon Moyer has thrown to just the last 2 batters.
Go, two. Go, two.
So it's lifted. Deep shortstop. And shallow shortstop. Makes the catch. But Cedar Park sends 6. There's a pair of walks and a pair of singles. Only got 1 run out of it, though. They lead 5-2. We'll be back in a minute. Back now as we go to the top of the 6th. McNeil at 5, 6, 7 in the order.
Top of the 6th, third base.
Pitch count through 5 for Julian Swift, who is still on the mound. 80 pitches, 51 strikes, 29 balls. Walked 2, struck out 5, giving up 4 hits and just 2 runs. A lot of that business in the first inning. So here's the third baseman, Caleb Crail. He had an RBI sacrifice fly out to right the first time up, and then a regular fly out to right the second. So be ready out there, Cade Davis. High and in, 1-0 to Crail. Garrett Banks, the catcher, scheduled to hit next, so probably the replacement catcher will be there for him. We might get a shot at a number and tell you who that is. 2-0. Catches the outside edge, 2-1. They sent 7 to the plate in the first. Line drive to left center, hits a gap. Will roll to the wall. Caleb Crail with a stand-up double to lead off the 6th. Let's see, that's just the second time they've had the leadoff hitter aboard. The pitcher, Morrow himself, singled to lead off the second, was cleaned off at third.
Number 16, Wyatt Newman.
It's the first multi-base hit of the game for the Mavericks. Wyatt Newman will pinch hit for the catcher. He is probably the new catcher. Fastball called strike 1. Really getting late now, top of the 6th. Cedar Park, if they take care of business, only has 1 at-bat left. This one's lifted to right. Chasing it is Davis into foul territory. Can he make it? Foul ball. Couldn't get to it. Big, tall strike two. An adjustment to our lighting situation there. Here comes the 0-2. Oh, yeah. Froze him. 0-3. One down. Standing strikeout for Swift. It's his third standing strikeout of the game and sixth strikeout overall.
Mario.
One down for the pitcher, Brandon Morio. Here's another nice pitch for strike one. Tapped fair. Off the mound is Swift. Can he get the throw with enough oomph on it? He cannot. Is going the other way, going to foul territory. I couldn't get enough firepower on it. So an infield single for Morio. Moves Crail to third.
Now batting number
Tying
15,
run comes to the plate.
Mario.
Another one of the Morio brothers. Right fielder James. Struck out looking and flied out to left. We'll take either one of those right here. This fly out to the left might score a run. Oh, ate him up at short. A hard one hopper off his glove into the field, scores the run from third. It's 5-3. Brandon Morio to second. Morio lives at first. You can give him a hit on that? Okay, we're going to give him a hit. It was pretty hard.
Now batting second baseman number 7, Joseph Sandusky.
Joseph Sandusky to the plate, walked and struck out. Cedar Park Seniors lead cut by a third, 5-3. Visit to the mound. We'll hit the history sheet again. Chris Garvillick, era began in 16. They went 19-10, 8-6 in district, tied for third. Lost to McCallum 2-1 in the first round. District that year: Leander, Dripping Springs, Marble Falls, Vandergrift, Georgetown, Eastview, and Vista Ridge. Many of them are 6A now. His second year, 2017, one of our better ones, 26-10. Replaced 2011 team for the second most wins, just by one game in school history, and tied for the fewest losses in school history. Went 12-4 in district, but again, that's a dang good record in district. Again, it was just good for a tie for third. Beat Magnolia 2-1 in the first round. Beat Temple 2-1 in the second round. Lost to Tomball 2-1 in the third. In 2018, went 21-13, 13-3 in district. Only good for a tie for second. We had some district championship teams that didn't go as well as 13-3. They lost to Tomball 2-1 in the first round. The one win in the middle of the series in Tomball was a tremendous walk-off 3-run homer. We entered the last inning down 2, got 2 on, hit a 3-run homer to win that game going away. But we lost the other 2. Garvillick's last year, not very good, 11-20, but 8-4 in district, good for second. Lost to Hutto 2-0 in the first round, and that was disappointing because Hutto wasn't very good. They beat us 2-0. That was the end of the Garvillick era. At the time, he, though, had the best overall and district record of any of our 3 head coaches, but never won a district title. Then our current head coach, Lanny Williams, steps in. Had a COVID-shortened season in 2020, going just 7-9. Didn't even play a district schedule. And then 2 records set last year. Most wins ever and fewest losses ever with a great 30-7 record, 12-3 in district. Our district championship was won over Leander, Marble Falls, Georgetown, Eastview, Rouse, Glen, Liberty Hill. Beat Kerrville Tybee in the first round 2-0. Medina Valley in the second round 2-0. Lost to Rouse in one game 3-1. Thereby hangs a tale that's too long to tell you here. And here we are at 8-4 this season. And there you have it, Cedar Park baseball history. New pitcher on the mound. I missed. Who is it? Logan Vokes on the mound. Pitched a little bit in the game earlier today as well. Gets to the screen. Runners will advance. 1-1 the count to Sandusky, their 9-hitter. So Brandon Morio to third. James Morio to second. The tying runners in scoring position here in the top of the 6th. Cedar Park will be at 8-9-1 when they come up. Vokes, 1 hopper, 2 hopper, that eats up the second baseman. A run scores, it's a 1-run game. There's only 1 out. So Sandusky lives on the E4. James Morio to third, Brandon Morio to the plate. Still just 1 out. The lead has been cut to 1. Boy, we could have used more runs last inning when the first 4 guys got on base. 2 singles, 2 walks, we only got 1 of them in. Hope that doesn't come back to bite us. This one low. 1-0 to Ramsey Simpson, his 4th at-bat. He is 0 for 3. It's a leadoff hitter. You got to think he's probably due. Lined out to Harvey at first, struck out looking, and then lined out to center. Foul into the net, 1-1. Y'all come up here to get warm? Don't blame you. Swing and tipped it. 1-2 the count. Boy, could we use a strikeout right here. Tying run 90 feet away at third. Late in the game, the top of the 6th. This one is lifted to center. Short. It might not be deep enough to get him. He catches it behind the shortstop. Going to throw back to third. Did he get him? Boy, it looked like he got him. Looked like he doubled him off of third, but they didn't call him out. And anyway, Simpson is out on the blooper to deep short that was really caught by a charging Brooks Dillman, the center fielder.
Now batting shortstop number 9, Ryan Vosick.
Whoa, Ryan Vosick to the plate. Their shortstop. Singled and scored, struck out swinging and walked and was stranded. 2 down now, throws behind him. Lou with a great lunge to stop the run from scoring. 1-0. That's one of those pitches that probably should be charged 2 balls for on the call. Two outs, 2 runs in, a 1-run margin for Cedar Park. Runners at second and third, a high hopper to third. Goes across, makes a good throw. Got him, and we still have the lead. But they send 7. Score 2 on a double, an infield single, and a regular single, and an E4. But at least it was only 2. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the ballpark. Brad Cohn via the T bringing you the stuff. Les Clary, our QA. Cedar Park nursing a 1-run lead now as we head to the bottom of the 6th. A chance maybe to expand that a little. Even if nothing happens here, as long as we get 3 outs before they score in the top of the 7th, we're okay. McNeil fighting. Cedar Park will be at 8-9-1 in the order. Carter Wohl, Quint Mullen, and Brooks Dillman, the leadoff hitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Mavericks, number 20, Dominic Escamilla.
Heard that one, Dominic Escamilla. On the mound now, in relief of Brandon Morio. Film girls are up here going to set up in the press box. I guess, did y'all run out of power? Got to plug it in? Run out of power? All right, that works. Or did you pretend you ran out of power because it's cold out there and you wanted to come up here? Is that what it is? A little of both, a little of both. She ran out of power, not the iPad. Carter Wohl will step in first to face the new pitcher, Dominic Escamilla. Carter into the game hitting 083, on with a fielder's choice and scored a run, then bounced out back to the pitcher. Mullen will be on deck. Leadoff hitter Brooks Dillman in the hole.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th, number 7, Carter Wohl.
Carter! It's off.
So let's see if we can get an insurance run here. Sure would be nice to have a margin of error for the top of the 7th. Wide in the delivery. First pitch from Escamilla is low. 1-0 to Wohl. Strike one. Or Vol. Does anybody ever pronounce it Vol? The German pronunciation. W's or V's. Oh! I thought that hit him. I guess not. 2-1. Down the pipe. Grounder. Back through the middle. On comes the shortstop. Bobbles in his glove. Does he get him in time? Oh, he does. Wish that bobble was a little bigger. So one down for shortstop Quint Mullen, hitting in the 9 spot.
Now batting shortstop number 15, Quint Mullen.
Into the game hitting 182. Improved that now. He's 1 for 2 today. Grounded out to third, but had an RBI single up the middle the other time. That one low, 1-0. Back to the net, 1-1. One and two fouled into the net by Quint Mullen. We'll stick around after the game. We'll have a few minutes of a break while I compile the offensive and pitching stats, and then we expect Coach to be up here. Talk about this one and maybe bring a player with him. Lifted into right. Back goes the second baseman. On comes the right fielder. Makes an interesting catch for 2 outs. Top of the order with center fielder Brooks Dillman. Brooks into the day with a pretty good batting average, .333. So he's due 0 for 3 today. Popped out to short, struck out swinging, and grounded out to first. High and outside, 1-0.
That's folks. That is home, folks.
23, Vokes, okay. Thanks for noticing that. Film girls point out that's not Dillman at the plate, it's 23. Logan Vokes, who's on pitching right now. So Dillman ends 0 for 3. Here's the 1-1. Oh, almost hit his helmet. 2-1. Vokes is also looking for his first hit on the season. Sure help his cause out on the mound if he can get something going here offensively. One misses, 3-1. How about a free base here with 2 outs? Becker is scheduled next, and then Swift. Swing and a miss. Full count now to Logan Vokes. Swing and a miss, and Vokes is down. A 1-2-3 inning for Cedar Park. Only the second of the game, and right when we didn't want it, as we were trying to file for some insurance. We're going to keep this one here, so we update your data block on the scoreboard. Going to the top of the 7th. Trailing by 1 for McNeil. It'll be their last shot. Unless this next full inning ends up tied. Cedar Park leading by a run, 5-4, out hit them 9-7. And they will be at 3-4-5 in the order. First baseman Jackson Collins, center fielder Chris Windisman, third baseman Caleb Quayle, all scheduled to hit. Look at the 9 other trips to the plate by these guys. They've had two because Mullen's no longer at shortstop. It's Swift. So I'm not sure where Mullen went. He's at third, so where did Becker go? He's in right, so where did Davis go? Center. And Dillman is out of the game. All right. I think we got that. If y'all heard me going through that litany, you know it too. First pitch to the 3-hole hitter, first baseman Jackson Collins, is strike 1. Good way to start this out. Needing to protect the plate. No runs here. Oh, and that hits him. And guess what? What was the stat we went over earlier? In high school baseball in America, 77% of the time the leadoff hitter gets on for free. He scores. So we're in a little trouble already. Here's the center fielder, Chris Windisman. We're going to have to work hard to make sure that Collins is part of the 23% and not the 77%. They're going to run for him, put some bigger speed on the bases, no doubt.
New runners, number 22, Ryan Shook.
Shook has pinch run in this game already. He'll do it again here. Windisman at the plate, 1 for 3. RBI single to right and was stranded at first, or at second when the first inning ended. Then he fouled out to the third baseman and popped out to shortstop. Remember the new defense across third to first, Mullins, Swift, Ian Garcia, and Harvey. And the outfield left to right, Wohl, Davis, and Becker. Pitch bunted in the air. Goes foul, left side. 0-1. That could have stayed in the air a little bit longer. Mullen had a shot at picking that off the ground. Before it got to the ground, rather. Nita out. Windesman, the 0-1. Runner goes safely. Alonso kind of lost it underneath him. Pitches a ball. Tying run in scoring position with no outs. 1-1 to Windesman. So Cedar Park, if it's needed, they'll be at a pretty decent spot in the order, 2, 3, 4. This one's lifted to right center, shallow, high. Center fielder calls it, makes the catch. That's Cade Davis, gets it in quickly. Runner has to stick at second, so that's a third of the way there. One down. Caleb Crail, the third baseman, scheduled. Is that Caleb? Yes, it is. 0 for 2 and a sacrifice fly RBI. Other 2 times he flied out. Misses 1-0.
Go Wolves, we're ready. Coming to you.
Going to turn and throw to second. Pretty close. But he got back in. Only our second throw to a base. They've only thrown once. There's our third throw to a base. Almost throws that one away. Still 1-0 to Caleb Crail. Again, remember to stick around through the ballpark noises for 4 or 5 minutes after the game, and I'll come back with compiled offensive and pitching stats. And we expect Coach to come up here for a post-game interview and maybe bring a player or 2 with him. 2-0 now to Crail. Talk a little bit about the district race that starts next week, Wednesday and Thursday. Swing and a miss, or a tap. Either rate, it's strike 1, 2, and 1. District opener on the road Wednesday night in Marble Falls. Beautiful ballpark out there. Beautiful drive to get out there. And back here the next night, Thursday, against Leander. Tough team. Bounder up the middle. Into center. The runner was going. They send him, and they send him back. Look at that throw. And look at that throw. If the guy had rounded third, Louis had plenty of time to take that throw, which was to the right of the bag and a little high, down for a tag. So he was right to hold him at third. Since the throw went through towards home, Caleb Crail takes a single into a double. There's still just 1 out. Runners at the corners. Collins at third. Crail at second. Not the corners. Crail at second. Collins at third. Might be going to another pitcher. Coach Cockrell is out there. into the tournament today, he's only thrown 2/3 of an inning in one appearance. Didn't really give up anything. Got the start today, but got a no decisions, 2-2 when he left. Pitched great the first 3 innings. In the fourth threw 44 pitches. At the time, through 4 innings, their pitcher had only thrown a total of 41 the entire game. That is really rare. Hoping Louis has something left in the bank here. He warms up, and Will kind of warming up himself too. He's been out in left field this game and is now behind the plate.
16, Wyatt Newman.
So here's Newman. Struck out looking on an 0-2 pitch last time up. Boy, we could use that right here. Could use a line out, double him off a third kind of thing, maybe. That would win the game. 2 outs wins the game. A single makes us bat in the bottom of the 7th. Either tied or could still end up being behind. Pitch goes through the screen, the tying run comes in. We are tied at 5. Runner from second, Crail, goes to third on the play. 1-0 the count to Newman. Still just 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Cedar Park will come to bat in the bottom at 2-3-4. Scheduled are Becker, Swift, and Alonzo. Nice pitch, low in the inside part of the zone, 1-1. Brandon Morio is scheduled next. He was lifted from the mound, but we'll see if he's hitting. Swing and a miss, 1-2. On the ground at second. Out at first, but the go-ahead run scores, and we trail 6-5.
Now batting number 14, Brandon Mario.
So down 2-0, went up 5-2, now trails 6-5. Swing and a miss for Brandon Mario, 0-1. They were silent since the first and scored 2 in the last inning and now 2 in this inning. Swing and a miss at the ball way high and out, 0-2. James Morio scheduled next. Inside strikes him out, but unfortunately, after they scored 2 runs and took a 1-run lead, we'll be back in a minute with a big comeback in the win right after this. All right, welcome back. Here's the situation. Cedar Park, after coming from a 2-run deficit down to take a 3-run lead, has lost that on 4 unanswered runs by the McNeil Maverick. They trail 6-5. This is their final shot, the bottom of the final inning, 7th. They're at 2-3-4 in the order. Ethan Becker, Julian Swift, Louis Alonzo scheduled. Not a bad place to be. Those guys already have 5 hits and 4 runs scored in this game, and they've been on base 7 of the 9 times they've been to the plate. You couldn't be at a better spot in the order, as long as they can stay that hot. If we get something going, if we need something more going, it's Cade Davis, Jackson Harvey, and Ian Garcia. Now that's a new pitcher, isn't it? Nope, same guy, 20. Dominic Escamilla. Ethan is scheduled. That looks like him, striding to the plate. Here's Becker, flied out to right the first time. Since then, a pair of singles to right and up the middle. Stole 2 bases and scored 2 runs. So here's hoping Becker stays hot. Hits, singles in each of his last 2 at-bats, and both times ended up scoring runs. This one, another single. Line drive back through almost the middle between the shortstop and the bag at second. First pitch, and we got the tying run on board. That's the way, I like it.
Julian Swift.
Here's Swift. Start on the mound, he's at short now, into the day, hitting .438, 2 for 3 today. Single, scored a run. RBI single, and was cleaned off a second on a force play, or on a steal attempt, and then grounded to short the other time up. So he is 2 for 3 after entering batting .438. Chance for a little heroics for a lot of guys here. Called strike 1. Alonso on deck, Davis in the hole. Swift at the plate is the winning run. There goes the runner, swings through it. The throw down is going to be in time. Nice play by Wyatt Newman down to Ryan Vosick. And our tying run has been erased, and there's 1 down. Swift swung through it to protect him, so it's 0-2. Fouls this into the net right side, still 0-2. Back through the middle. Shortstop can't get it, bobbles it, no play. E6 and Swift lives at first base. 1 out, tying run again aboard. Winning run again to the plate in the form of the guy who started behind the plate. Now is in front of it pitching, Louis Alonso. Alonso into the day hitting .500. 2 walks and an RBI single, so he's 1 for 1 in this game. Scored a run. Stranded at second once, stranded at third the other time. So they haven't gotten him out yet, and hope they don't start now. There's 2, 3, and 4 batters on base 7 times in 9 trips to the plate before this inning. Now 9 times in 11 trips to the plate. And yet we're down by a run. Been leaving a lot of guys on base. A throw to first, not going to get him. I would like him to get distracted and throw to first a bunch of times. That one misses 1-0 to Louis Alonso. Fouled into the net right side, 1-1. Another throw to first, throw it away. Please get distracted over there. Still 1-1 to Louis Alonso with one out. Swift tying run at first. Way outside and high, 2-1. Cade Davis on deck, Jackson Harvey or Caleb Rhodes in the hole. Lifts this one, but they probably will get under it. Deep shortstop. Going back, can he get it? No, he can't. The wind blew it completely. A wind-aided tall single in the short left field for Louis Alonso. Swift had to wait. He's in danger of being forced out at second. Now the winning run is aboard.
Now batting number 1.
One out for Cade Davis. Right fielder came into the day hitting .412. Started off this game with an RBI double, stranded at third. Then he singled through the right side, was stranded at first, and he walked and was stranded at second. I haven't got him out either. And there's one to second. Tagging. Second out is made. Tagging and going to third. Third's not going to be in time. 2 outs, but the winning run just a 30-yard dash away from happening. Excuse me, the tying run. Alonso had to stay at first.
Jackson Harvey.
Send it.
Critical at bat for Jackson Harvey and Cedar Park. Harvey into the game, into the day, hitting .276, grounded out to first, struck out swinging both other times, so he is due. I can feel it. Jackson's going to drive one into the outfield and tie this game. Foul, back into the net, 0-1. The pitch, high and outside. 1-1. If he gets aboard, Ian Garcia is up next. Lifts it to left. On for it's going to fall in. The tying run scores. RBI single in the left for Jackson Harvey. Told you he was going to do it. All the faith in the world. So he's at first. Swift scores. Alonso at second with the winning run in scoring position. And they're sending to the plate the guy who worked the game before this with me up here. I did some announcing, and he did the scoreboard.
Number 16 of Murray.
Big Murray! Had a good visit with Murray up here for about an hour and a half.
Go Big Murray.
Murray into the day hitting .316. Don't get too antsy. Wait for your pitch. I'm not sure that was it.
Asking for another one. You got it.
At 0-1 though, it's a little harder to wait for a fastball. That's why 0-1 versus 1-0 is so important. At least we won't lose right here, tied up. Now I'll have to update the scoreboard for you, sorry. In the dirt, nicely blocked by the catcher. 1-1. Let me update the score over there. Six runs apiece, 12 hits for Cedar Park. 8 for McNeil. Low. Oh, they call it a strike. 1-2. Oh, let's get this done here and not do another inning. Stretch that out. They started to hit well. I don't want to give them another chance at the plate. 2 runs in each of the last 2 innings. Since 7 in the 6, 6 in the 7. Long wait. Here's the pitch. Outside. They're all trying to run to the dugout thinking it was a strikeout, but it's 2-2. Let the ump call it, guys. Murray Robinson looking to drive one into the outfield, or through the infield at least. That's low. The runners are going. They're going to throw to third in plenty of time. I think they thought it was going through, and they went. Well, at least we were able to tie it. Robinson may or may not, depends on what they do with the 7-hole, be starting the 8th if we go to an 8th. We'll be right.
You know the Alzer family. They've been involved in Cedar Park sports for years, just as Alzer's Barbecue has been involved in Cedar Park cuisine for years. It's one-of-a-kind, authentic Texas barbecue. Brisket, turkey, chicken, lamb, terrific sides and sauces. It's sheer succulence. That's Alzer's Barbecue, next to the Shell Station on 1431, just east of Lakeline. Open Friday through Sunday, every weekend.
With ASI Protection Services, it's always safe. It's that simple. ASI Services provides commercial and residential alarm monitoring services. ASI does the install and monitoring for way less than the large security chains. They've been in business for 21 years. ASI also offers home automation services, repair services for access control, alarms and CCTV, plus security camera installation and repair. That's ASI Protection Services. Call 512-467-2615.
All right, not sure if we're going to have Coach or not. He's still talking to the team out there. You can probably see him gathered on the first base line. A few things to talk about here in this game. These 2 losses today, actually. Cedar Park will go to 8-5 on the season. And we'll look at the offensive numbers, which were pretty good despite being a loss. 12 hits for Cedar Park. Brooks Dillman went 0 for 3. Logan Vokes 0 for 1. Ethan Becker went 3 for 4, 3 singles. Stole 2 bases and scored 2 runs. Great offensive night for Becker. Swift, not bad either, 2 for 4, scored 2 runs, had an RBI. Louis Alonso, 2 for 2, 2 walks, scored a run, had an RBI. Cade Davis, right fielder tonight, 2 for 2 with a sacrifice, a walk, and an RBI. Jackson Harvey 0 for 2. Caleb Rhodes 1 for 2, his first hit of the season, and an RBI. Ian Garcia 1 for 2. Carter Wohl 0 for 3, but scored a run because he was on with the fielder's choice. Quentin Mullen 1 for 3 with an RBI. Cedar Park got 12 hits, but only 6 runs out of them, and it was a loss. And we look at the middle of the order, which is right where we want to be in the 7th. Those first 3 guys got on with a single, an E6, and a single, and so that means 10 out of 12 trips to the plate. Becker, Swift, Alonso, 2, 3, 4 hitters tonight, got aboard. 7 of those times were on hits. Those 3 guys went 3 for 4, 2 for 4, 2 for 2. The next guy after them, Davis in the 5 spot, went 2 for 2. So 2 through 5 hitters for us tonight went 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for 12. Hit 750 in the 2 through 5 spot. But still, only 6 runs out of the 12 hits and a loss. And we got Coach here. Oh, Coach, I forgot to get my mic in. It's winding on that little thing out there. Go ahead and bring that in. We got a small board these days, and don't have enough ports for a whole bunch of mics, so we have to bring in the crowd mic for Coach to be able to talk into when we get on the post-game show here. So, Coach, kind of a tough one there. Interesting game. They were down 2-0. Come back, take a 3-run lead, lose that lead, tie it again, and can't seal the deal.
Yeah, just, man, one of the things we talked about last year, and this was kind of like our going into the fall, Brad, we visited with the guys, and we just said, man, the things we wanted to eliminate were like the walks, the leadoff walks, 2-out walks, just walking in general. If a team's going to beat us, let's make them swing the bat.
Make them earn it.
And, don't let the game of baseball beat us, and honestly, Julian he's on a pitch count. Our guys knew that. He can only throw so many pitches because of how many pitches he threw last ball game. And so we get opportunities. I mean, we miss a fly ball in foul territory early in the ball game, which makes him throw more pitches. We miss a foul ball in foul territory late in the ball game, which makes him throw more pitches. We miss a ground ball, and it's the simple things. And sometimes I'll worry. I'm like, man, I wonder if they put too much pressure on themselves. But these things that we're working on, these things that we're messing up on, these things that we're not executing on, we practice these things. We got Murray.
And you often do them very well in other parts of the game.
Yeah. And really, I mean, that's the thing. Is in every ball game that we've either lost or tied, it's always been one inning, that's really got us. And we
Except for that one Lake Travis game where they pounded us.
Right.
Nobody else has really beaten us. We've beaten ourselves, can't get out of our own way.
That's exactly what we tell our guys. Get out of your own way. But, man, it's a learning process. And, a lot of it just kind of goes back to, Louis gets thrown out at third base there, and I know what he's doing. He's just trying, to do something. But when you have a guy like Murray who's been swinging the bat really well the last weekend, he hasn't swung the bat just great this weekend. We know that, but man, let him do his job. Calm him down and try not to do too much, and allow Murray to kind of get in there and make it happen. But but
we were kind of wondering if he thought the catcher is going to let it go through. It looks like it was going to go through. He made a great stab, and suddenly, no.
Yeah, and he's being aggressive, and I'm not going to take that aggression away because there's times where we capitalize on things like that. But in that situation, with a guy with a good bat in his hand, let him swing it. Let him do his job there. But we have a hit and run there and in the late innings, and you could say, well, why didn't we bunt the guy over? Well, Julian's a good contact guy, and so we swing through a hit and run, and that just, it's stuff like that and stuff like that we got to, look at and really try to figure out a way to overcome these things and not let the moment get too big for us at times. And I think that's what happens a lot. Is just we're letting,
I could see that.
Letting the moments get too big, and there's a lot more important things in life, Brad, than the game of baseball. You and I both know that. Being grown men, there's going to be a lot more bigger moments and a lot more pressure moments in life. And this is a game. We're playing a game, and it needs to be fun, for our guys. But I think it comes back to the added pressure that they put on themselves sometimes, which I wish that they would just relax and just go play.
Yeah, baseball is a lot like golf in that you play better when you're relaxed and comfortable rather than when you're amped up. You want to be amped up for football, you want to be amped up for basketball.
Right.
Baseball and golf, there's a calmness
that's
required.
Exactly right. And there is. I mean, and there's a time where the energy is good, and let the guys in the dugout bring the energy, but when you're hitting, when you're on the bases, the thing is, man, there's baseball rules that apply in certain situations and things that you just don't do. And, we talk about making the routine plays routine, and then that's the thing that I hate to call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, but I really want our guys to just really, McNeil didn't beat us tonight.
Yep.
The game of baseball beat us tonight. We lost the game of baseball, not to McNeil. So, and that's the part where, we got to get better.
4 losses were the team that beat us was Cedar Park.
Yeah, I know. Exactly right. Yeah. Can't beat them when we play them, man. But other than that, man, it was an overall good weekend. I'm ready to get to district and get it to where it counts and get it to where it matters, and just to see our guys really get in there and compete, in that aspect of it, and hopefully get some guys back that were not here today. We're missing 2 guys that were sick, and that didn't hurt us, but there's some definitely good bats that we have on our team that were not here
missing tonight.
Yeah,
you're right. I'd like to get to District 2, and with them knowing that those matter more than these games, you always wonder if it's in the back of their mind that, okay, if I don't get this done, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't hurt us in District. If that's just laying there subconsciously, now it does all matter. Let's talk about that a little bit. Next week on the road, we start Wednesday night in Marble Falls, and their beautiful ballpark, and then we're back here the next night for Leander.
For Leander. So it's a week that we've been looking forward to. Everything right now, everybody's 0-0 now. So we get to go to district play, and we're excited about that, and excited about the chance to the opportunity to get there and play and see how well we can do, and really would like to come out out of spring break being 2-0. But it starts with just having a good practice on Monday, getting here and be sound and have, throwing the ball around, and then feeling pretty good about ourselves. But we go to Marble Falls on Wednesday, and we're back home on Thursday, 7 o'clock.
All right, we'll bring you both of those games here on the Vype Live Network, and they're no longer going to be pay-per-view either, by the way.
Awesome, man. That's even better.
Out there.
That's great.
That was only for this tournament thing. So district playoffs and any regular season games that we broadcast between district games will all be the way they used to be. Just hit the link and you got the game.
Awesome.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much, Brad. Appreciate it.
Joining us again on the post-game show. All right. The Timberwolves off to district play next week. Looking forward to that. That'll be a nice deal. Kind of get all this stuff behind them and see what they can do with that. So, Cedar Park Timberwolves fall to the McNeil Mavericks in the final game of the LSD tournament. Well, it feels like fall because we didn't really win it, but it was a tie, 5-5. And my tradition, since there really are no ties in baseball, we don't even put it on the record. We're still, 8-4. Officially 8-4-1 somewhere. But 8-4. Lake Travis has 2 ties, I think, 7-3-2. I just call them 7-3. You don't really have ties in baseball, so they don't count them. All right, next up, District 25 5A play begins next week. 2 games Wednesday night, as we said. District opener on the road at Marble Falls. Thursday night at home versus Leander, and we'll bring you all of those district games, not pay-per-view, but free. Special thanks to the whole Vype staff, Operations Director Merle Bertrand, our QA for this game, Les Clary, voiceover artist Roland Ruiz, and our technical support officer, Suna Venkat. This is Brad Cohn signing off. for the Vype Network. See you Wednesday night from Marble Falls.
This has been the Vype Live Network's presentation of Cedar Park Timberwolves Baseball. Sponsored by Toyota of Cedar Park, Adele Golf, Thundercloud Subs, Austin Go-To Team Realty, Alzer's Barbecue, ASI Protection Services, and Academy Sports and Outdoors. Join us again for the next live worldwide broadcast of Cedar Park Timberwolves Baseball.